Hello, everyone. Uh, this is so what did you do on Thanksgiving? I spent my Thanksgiving working because all my coworkers abandoned me. Well, like one of them was actually working, but he only worked like a half day, and I planned on working a half day too because it was a holiday. But I came back up to the shop, and of course there was a little red light blinking on the phone. I pressed the button and it's the lady back at the kiosk saying, "Oh, there's 2 blocked toilets down at the group camp," which, you know, that's a bad sign. Because, like, the last time there were 2 blocked toilets down at the group camp, that meant that the septic vault was full. And sure as I get down there and that's exactly what the problem is. So I'm just in panic mode and I have to call the lady to get this pump because there's a lot of people down there. And I can't just abandon them with, no place to use the bathroom. So I locked up the restrooms and I went back up to the shop and got our extra portable toilet. And oh, that was white knuckle going all the way back down there because it's like 8 miles or some. I don't know. I care like 5 miles, I guess. I'm bad with distances. But yeah, I've been down there with my little truck with the trailer on the end, and fortunately the Rangers were on duty to help me. It helped me get the toilet onto the truck and then, off of the truck because it actually got stuck on the little hitch ball. I think it might have been the wrong size ball for that, but it all worked out in the end, and that little portable toilet filled up like in one day. So we wound up I called the lady back then a couple days later and said, "Could you have them pump out the little portable toilet we have down there too?" So yeah, everything's peachy keen now. But that was a very stressful Thanksgiving. So. Back on the, talking about, memories and things, I just realized that I have never told you people the saga of All World Proof, which I'm sure that unless you're me or my friend who I'm going to be talking about in a minute, you won't know what All World Proof is. So gather round, children. This is a long and convoluted story. It all started... in the, it was Christmas 1976, I think, where my sister and me got a very unusual gift, and it was a JCPenney radio tape recorder. It had like 3 bands on the radio. One of them was the TV, it was the TV band where you could, tune in, the audio portion of television programs. It's useless now, of course, with the digital television, but we mainly use the tape recorder, and I'll talk more about this tape recorder in a future episode. But we decided, what do? We have this tape recorder. The first thing we did was, our father fell asleep on the sofa, so we held the microphone up to him snoring, and we just found this like hilarious. Well, of course it was a tape recorder, so it was new and novel to us. We actually had a tape recorder before this. So it was like one of those really little portable reel-to-reel ones with the little 4-inch reels on them. But this was a cassette recorder. It was. It had the remote microphone. You could kind of use it as a PA if you had the record on because sound would come out while you were recording. Which, God, we use this thing all the time. We must have annoyed the crap out of our parents. But part of the thing was, what do you do when you have this tape recorder and it's raining outside, you're bored. Well, you make up little stories and, talk into the tape recorder. But we had to have, like, characters and things. And Here's where the story starts getting convoluted. Uh, I used to keep tropical fish as a kid, and our parents were sort of encouraging this. And we had like a little 10-gallon tank that was right there on the kitchen counter, and we got my sister and I went in and got these like dwarf gouramis, which are these little Indian fish. They're kind of red and blue. They're pretty little fish with the little dorsal, not dorsal, the sort of fringes on their pectoral fins. They're like really little. They're like about 2.5 inches long, and we called them Colisa and Molisa because like one was male and one was female. One was female and one was male. And Colisa was the female, and Colisa is actually the generic name, the scientific name for these fish. And Molisa, I guess because it was male, that was my sister's idea. So we came up with, and we kind of like made them characters. But we decided we needed more characters than just these two fish. These two, what's the word? Anthropomorphized versions of these fish. So her idea was to come up with the Walnuts Gang, which was, like a play on the Peanuts Gang. So we just came up with all these different character names. I remember one of them was Lorenzo. I don't remember much about this kid Lorenzo, except that he talked weird. And that was one of mine, and one of my sisters was Tina Tinsela. And there were a bunch of other ones, and I can't remember one of them. I might have the, character name list around somewhere, on some, rotting, decrepit old piece of paper that I have stuffed in some storage box or something. But yeah, that was the Walnuts Gang, and we came up with, little, not skits, but like little, mini, not dramas really, just little mini audio plays to, it's like radio shows, but kind of, and we talk in the microphone about these, we might have written down, outlines or something, but I think it was mainly just improvised, because I remember one of them was Colisa the Chocolate Factory, which is, I guess what that one was based on. Anyway, I think what we mainly did was we just came up with the title and then we just riff on it. But of course, Colisa and the Chocolate Factory was, well, you've seen that movie, hundreds of times, so you already know the plot to it. So, but the thing is, I ran the Walnuts Gang idea over with my friend Nicholas, who also had a tape recorder, possibly also from JCPenney. I don't know. It was, but yeah, he thought this was like a really cool idea, and so we came up with the concept of Gang World, and we had like all these different gangs. What was the there was like the Funhouse Gang. There was I can't remember them all, but there were a bunch of them, and but after a while, the term gang sort of had a negative connotation, so we came up with his idea was the name, the Proofs. There was Invitation Proof, there was Star Proof, there was Sun Proof. I can't remember the other names, but there were a bunch of them, and for some reason he got the idea that he or I, or maybe both of us, got the idea that we would do this like takeoff on like Battle of the Network Stars, which was a popular thing at the time, and we would have the members of these various proofs go up against each other, in like little what do you call it? I can't remember. little sporting event things, But yeah, it was like Battle of the Network Stars, but with characters. We had like some characters from TV and other things that we would do. Because the main thing was I remember him doing the pardon me. him doing the Howard Cosell voice, announcing the results of the various face-offs and what have you. But that was the main thing that started with the proofs. And after a while, we decided. I think he came up with the idea. It was just, why have all these different proofs when you could just have like one big proof with just all the characters that we need, and just consolidated everything. And he called it All World Proof because he was the sports guy, so that was a very sportsy name. So we basically had two sheets. One was the characters that I would do, and the other one was the characters that he would do. And I was a little more reserved, so my character sheet was a little thinner. I would sometimes deign to do some of the characters that he would normally do, but he wound up like filling most of the thing up. But it's just one of those things where I think a lot of kids do that, where they're doing things based on TV characters that they've seen. I'd tell you more about it, but it's embarrassing enough. I mean, I'm not even using Nicholas's real name so as not to embarrass him too much. So, but in fact, I found like one of the old tapes. Most of them broken, but I found this old Sertron tape, and I actually I transferred it to MP3. It's actually on my laptop over here, but I can't bring myself to listen to it. It's just like, no, I can't. But yeah, it's just like 30 minutes of us talking, or doing the whole all-world proof thing. So that was it, and that's basically all I have today. Nothing to taste. I do have a little request. It's just like, if you guys know of anything where they have the Kwang Chuan, what is that stuff? The tea time drinks, because the 99 Ranch doesn't carry them anymore. They had like the Earl Grey milk tea, they had the Darjeeling milk tea, they had the barley milk tea, which I didn't check. They might have still had some of those left over, and those the tiramisu milk tea. I really liked those, but they don't carry them anymore, and I can't find them anywhere. And they also used to have, in the same sort of antiseptic cartons, the go away. What do you call it? The Blue Mountain coffee, rather. And I haven't seen that anywhere in years. But anyway, if you know of any place where they still have those, let me know. But we'll just cut it here, because apparently my battery's running low. So see you around.
我们乘风破浪向前方，前程美丽充满新希望。只要同心合力啊，同飞同生，共享美满快乐好时光。我们乘风破浪向前方。